Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
It's the Rock Newman Show.
So we got a great show for you today. Without any further ado, let me welcome the creator of Housewives of Benning Road, Mike Brooks. Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
Thank you for having me, Rock.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And your two cohorts with you today, Lucy Ray, better known on the show as Pumpkin.
Good morning. How you doing, Rock?
Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
Thank you for having me.
And we have Chantel Rollins, who plays Lil Trina.
Lil Trina.
What's up, Lil Trina?
What's up, Rock?
Mike Brooks.
What's up?
Some folks ask the question, we know you're a comedian, but have you lost your damn mind?
I probably have.
Making a show called The Housewives of Benning Road. What spurred you to do such? How did this come about?
Watching the show, Atlanta Housewives, and a lot of the different reality shows, they need to be poked fun at,
Right.
and that's what I did. I mean, I did it without thinking. One day, I was doing sketch comedy. Like you said, I'm a comedian first, so I was doing sketch comedy before I got to the Housewives of Benning Road. I was watching Atlanta Housewives one day, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do a parody on that. I'm gonna call it the Housewives of Benning Road, and that's how it all began. I thought the title of it was funny in itself. So I did when I first did the show, I didn't do it thinking, okay, it'll be a web series. I just did one show, and it took off.
You did one show.
Yeah, I did one show.
And sort of your intent was to make fun of
the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what it was.
So, and well, look, let me just say to my listening audience who might not be familiar with the Housewives of Benning Road, when I say you've become a YouTube sensation, you guys have one segment where you have over 250,000 views. Did one of your segments cross the 300,000 mark?
Yeah, one is about 330,000.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Right. I mean, and in your wildest imagination, you never expected that.
Never at all. I mean, when I did the first show, I thought, okay, we was just doing it for fun.
Right.
So I wasn't looking at it, okay, well, let me wake up tomorrow morning and see 100,000 views. I wasn't doing it for the views. I was just doing it because that's what I do. Sketch comedy on stage,
Can you
whatever.
describe for us when you say sketch comedy?
Okay.
I don't know what sketch comedy means. What does that mean?
Sketch comedy, more like in living color. I mean, you're just doing something, you're taking everyday life and exaggerating it, and just making it funny. That's it.
Now, how much of Housewives of Benning Road is an exaggeration, and how much of it is real?
Oh, man. I would say all of it pretty much is exaggerated. I mean, but a lot of it is real. Most of it is real. I mean, it's just, that's how a lot of, and not just Benning Road. I mean, every city you go to, pretty much, you're going to have the hood in a lot of cities.
Right.
And, you just point it out, and, you're not making fun of the hood. You're just taking where we come from. I'm from the hood, but I'm just taking what I know and just making it funny. That's
Okay,
all.
now, you say you're not making fun of the hood.
Right.
And in promoting this particular segment today, I posted on Facebook and other places. And much of the feedback, criticism, there were some folks that said it's just flat out funny as hell.
Thank you.
Some folks said it was making fun and that the black community is not properly represented in mass media, and so therefore, folks took offense to poking further fun at the black community and making fun of.
Yeah, I would say it shows for that as well. I mean, you have the Cosby Show and other shows that I like as well, and people like those shows, but people also like shows like the Housewives of Benning Road. You can't please everybody, and I'm doing what pleases me. I'm a comedian first, so that's what I do.
So you're a comedian first, and so what you're doing is putting forth a product that you see is entertaining, funny, and as a comedian, you stand on your comedy and let folks love it or hate it or otherwise.
That's it. And that's how I attack the stage. I mean, either, I tell the truth. And, a lot of it, people are going to be, oh, why did he say that? Right. But I like to, I bring humor with it. So that's what I did.
Little Trina.
Yeah.
You sitting home one day somewhere, lounging by the pool or whatever you might have been doing, and you get a call from Mike Brooks said, I'm getting ready to do the Housewives of Benning Road. Mm-hmm. How did that come about? How did you get involved?
Well, Mike and I were Facebook friends. So he just posted one day that he was looking for some people that was interested in doing a sketch, and I'm crazy, so I was like, I want to do it, and we got together along with a lot of the initial Housewives, and we created that first sketch, and it was like grease lightning from there. It was crazy. What
has been the experience? I saw you the other morning.
Okay.
What prompted me to consider doing this, and I've got to tell you, I had some hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some pretty serious stuff here, and part of what we do here is find the good and celebrate it. And I had some hesitation about this, but I looked and I saw that you were on the network news.
Mm-hmm.
You were in the Washington. There was a big piece in the Washington Post.
Mm-hmm.
There was a piece in London, in the London Daily Mail. Yeah. And so I was like, well, wait a minute. This is something that I want to examine, and in this examination, I want my listening audience to try to understand what were your motivations and what has happened to you that might be different from when you were just sitting there before my call and now.
Well, let me tell you, the experience has been really surreal for me. There have been multiple occasions, where I go out on the town. I may, go to my regular party spots, and, people will stop me and want to take pictures, and they just tell me how much they love the show, and they always give me their account of their favorite scene or, whoever their favorite character is. So it's making me feel pretty famous.
Looking back over the series, how many shows have there been now?
About 9 altogether.
There's been 9 shows, and you're well over 1 million views.
Well over.
Yeah. What has been your favorite segment, scene that you've participated in?
Oh, gosh. Oh, the hilarity is so nonstop. I can't even think of what to pick out. But let me see.
If you want to think about it, and I'll come back to you.
Yeah, no, I got it. Let me get because my part. When I was like, no, I'm kidding.
No. Go into character and give me your part.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not for kids, so it may not be for.
You might clean it up a little bit.
Okay. When I be like, girl, I'm already coming. But I don't say girl though. You have to see it, but it's really funny.
Lucy Ray.
Yes.
You play the character of Pumpkin.
Yes.
Tell us about Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, she's an independent woman. She doesn't need a man to do anything for her.
Now, is she like independent and really don't need no man to do nothing for her?
No.
Tell me how Pumpkin might express that.
I don't want to give away too much because we're going into character, but Pumpkin she's independent. She don't need a man for anything, but she's on the outside. She's looking for funds from the government, messing with older men, and just one of them side chicks that you may see driving a car, but for real, she probably don't pay her rent, backed up on car note, those independent ones.
Now, there would be a criticism, and any of you take this, and Pumpkin, if you want to, Mike, you want to take it. There would be the criticism that would be a very clear stereotype. And how do you respond to that?
I could respond because it's self. My character is more of myself. So I am one of those females, one of the housewives that was born and raised in the hood, that came through trouble, that had those finance issues. So mine's not more so stereotyping myself. It's more so bringing out myself through experience in the hood and hoping changing for the better.
Okay, now, when you were first describing it as that one that said she don't need a man in her life, but she might, depend on the government for some assistance.
Yes.
She might try to deal with an older man, that sort of thing.
Yes.
So one of the things that came to mind for me there was part of a definition of that particular person might be what Jamie Foxx made a record about called a gold digger. She don't mess with no broke.
There's something out there.
But when you independent, such as Pumpkin, raised her kids by herself, she came into that lifestyle quite early. So Maybe, at some point in her life, young men, she need a challenge. So she's going to go for more because she want more. I wouldn't consider her as a gold digger. I just would consider her as someone that want better things in life.
And you know something? Someone that wants better things in life, that's all of us. Mm-hmm. That truly is all of us.
Right.
Yeah. Mike, what are your plans? We've got a couple minutes in this segment here. But I'd like to talk to you before we, switch out your cast here for a new set of folks, is to ask you, what your plans are, having received and having gotten the kind of response that you've gotten. Mm-hmm. When you start to get that many eyeballs to a set, to a site, to a website, to whatever it might be, the thought is that starts to at some point translate into some dollars. What are your plans?
Dollars. I mean, my plans, I would like to get it on the network. Uh-huh. My plans now because now, like you said, we see the views, we see that people like it. People dislike it, but that's with anything. I'm trying to get it on TV.
It was interesting. One of the things many years ago when I did radio before, mm-hmm. something I saw that Howard Stern said had a lot of wisdom in it. He said that when he went on the radio, part of it was to be loved. Mm-hmm. And he would look and follow, and people that liked and loved him, mm-hmm. they listened to him on an average of 1 hour a day.
Right.
But those that thought that he was the biggest jerk and didn't like him, they listened to him 2 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So you've got something here that, again, clearly has some controversy to it. Mm-hmm. We'll deal with more of the controversy when we come back on the Rock Newman Show.
All right. Mm-hmm.
This is Leprechaun Tim Pohanka from Pohanka Nissan and Pohanka Hyundai. It's hard to be down on your luck when you're Virginia's first choice for new Nissan and Hyundais, but I need to sell 60 cars this week. Right now, I'll pay you big bucks for your good luck. Bring down any good luck charm you've gotten. Based on the sale price of the car you choose, I'll give you up to $4,777 off any nicer, newer car this week. Today, your lucky penny is worth plenty, up to $4,777 off any nicer, newer car you want. Stop moping and hoping you'll get approved. With my For the People credit approval process, the banks are looking to get lucky and lend to you, even if you've been turned down before. Bring me any good luck charm and I'll give you up to $4,777 off any nicer, newer car today. Hurry, once I get rid of 60 cars, the luck runs out. All offers require bank approval, so call us at 1-800-POHANKA, visit Pohanka Nissan and Pohanka Hyundai on Route 1 in Fredericksburg, or better yet, log on to TimPohankaForThePeople.com. And when we make a deal, I promise it'll be your lucky day. I'm Tim Pohanka, and I'm a leprechaun for the people.
Welcome back to the Rock Newman Show. Today, Saturday, July the 27th, 2013. We are broadcasting live from the Langston Hughes Room at Busboys and Poets. And we have at the table with us Mike Brooke, comedian and creator of the Housewives of Benning Road. And we're now joined by cast characters Kat Rollins, who plays Ebony on the show. Ebony, how are you?
I'm doing well, Rock. How are you?
I am great, thank you. Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
Thank you.
And we have Stacy Tyson. Stacy, you play Riri.
Yes, yes.
Tell us about Riri.
Wow. Riri is crazy.
How crazy is Riri?
Riri just don't care.
Out there.
She just do whatever, whatever. That's what she does.
And she does it with some real long eyelashes.
Eyelashes, baby, I should have bought them.
Can't
Damn a
see a
truck.
thing.
Damn a truck.
Now, tell me what. Tell me this. A lot of people laugh about that, about those lashes. How did the lashes come about? Because that seems to be such a significant part of what Riri is about.
Yeah.
Is those lashes? How did that come about?
Mike. Well, when we were in the process of filming, and he mentioned, man, we gotta get some eyelashes, put some eyelashes. But see, we never thought about at that very minute that it will be what it was. It was just to do lashes from what I thought. And then, you know, it came up, some real long ones. So I said, well, maybe I'll go and get like 3 pair
Right.
and put them all together. But then...
So put them together as in eyelash on
eyelash,
Yeah.
yes. But then I do hair. So guess what? We're going to do it this way.
Take the bang off.
Take the bang or weave, piece of weave. We use that.
And make some real long lashes.
Really long.
Now let me ask you something. Has anyone in DC, had girls in DC started to pick that up?
Yes.
See them on the front of their car. They got it on the
DC.
front of the lights.
Well, you know they're on the car. Yeah, correct. They're on the car. But yes, Rock, yes. It's people do actually have eyelashes, and I have been asked about the eyelashes. They want eyelashes that long.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Ebony,
Yes.
tell me please, what has been the biggest impact? What's the biggest difference in your life now as opposed to before the show?
Well, first of all, Rock, I've endeavored into acting. I mean, this is something that I'd done a little while back when I was younger. That's just short time ago.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you a secret that I found out recently?
What's that?
I mean, can I tell my listening audience a secret I found out recently?
Okay.
Lil Trina is your daughter.
Yes, she is.
Lil Trina, you look like you could be Lil Trina's sister.
Oh, yes. Thank you so,
So it
much.
was a little while ago.
I appreciate that. Yes.
And so now you are giving some serious consideration to doing some more serious acting?
Well, if the opportunity arises, yes. I mean, I do a variety of things. I'm a makeup artist. I'm a vocalist. So I'll add acting to the list also.
Okay, look, for anybody from Washington, D.C., they know about Benning Road.
Right.
Yes.
Has Benning Road started to change as much of the rest of the city? Is gentrification reached Benning Road yet? Have white folks started to move over there yet?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
have.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I saw a young white lady walking her poodle down Benning Road. I mean, it threw me for a loop.
That is the definition.
'cause I don't remember that.
That's the definition
Yeah.
of gentrification.
So
a
they've
white
come
lady
up.
walking her
Yeah,
poodle.
they've come up. Yeah. they've
Now,
come up.
was she walking, comfortable walking, or was she walking scared?
Oh no, it was a fast walk, but you know.
So it ain't fully gentrified.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think she still knows Benning Road. She just grown into her own.
Now, perhaps the most famous landmark over in that area
Right.
is something called the shrimp boat.
Yeah, the shrimp.
Shrimp
Now,
boat,
when
right.
folks say the shrimp boat, they really don't understand.
They're not from
They
there.
don't
They're not from there.
Not really.
So how you say it?
Shrimp.
Shrimp boat.
Yeah.
Shrimp boat.
Yeah.
Or shrimp. Or shrimp. Yeah.
And you go in there and you get a whole bunch of what?
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Yeah, you get shrimp.
Well, now you know you can get pair of jeans, shoes.
get
You know, they
everything,
selling
yeah.
clothes on
Like
the
an
side of
ice
the
cream
scrap
truck.
boat.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Right.
You can get you a
Full
whole
outfit.
fit.
Yeah.
You get you a whole fit to go out or wherever you want to go. Eyelashes,
Get all that.
everything.
Now, how do you guys handle? Do you get much personal criticism? You know, folks sit back on Facebook and they I call them Facebook bullies. You
Right.
know? They real
they comfortable on
intelligent,
Yeah.
and they're very confrontational, very 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 critical. Have you had folks to come up to you and say, "You're making fun of black folks. You should be ashamed of yourself. If enough of that going on."
Well, I'd like to answer that. I've had people come to me stating that might not be the best image because I'm supposed to be a celebrity makeup artist, or I bet I should make sure that my job doesn't find out about it because it might tarnish my image on my job, my professionalism or whatever. But I pay it no attention because for the very few people that do approach me negatively, there are 100 times that many people that approach me
and I would like
positively.
any of the three of you to jump in on this, because I don't know which one would be the
Okay.
best to answer. Is this here?
Go.
Why do people like this so much?
It's fun.
Because they can relate to
Comedy.
it. They can relate to
Yeah.
it. As
Yes.
much as they would try to get away from it and saying, okay, well, that's negative, y'all doing the wrong thing. And they, when they go home, after they said all that, they go home, I bet you they watch it with the family and laugh.
You know, is
It's
it any kind of,
hilarious.
is it
They
any kind of is there any kind of question within you all who make this up that let's say, for example, outside first of all, there's some folks in the black community who register their disdain and their disgust. Is any thought at all about that white folks are looking at this and it's validating, some of the more racist views that white people might have of black people? Do you give that any consideration, or do you put on the table your art and say, judge it as you will?
I think the ones that do look at it like that, the white folks that, may look at it that way, I'll turn to Honey Boo Boo and say, hey.
Yes.
If you're racist, you're racist.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
can't change
I mean, you can't change that. It doesn't have that much of an impact on whether you're racist or not, or whether you have that view of black people or not. If that's your view, that's your view.
But that's
I'm sorry.
That's just like in Living Color, things like that. They have the white people on there. They do some of the craziest things on there. I mean, it's no different. I mean, just because it's coming from where it's coming from doesn't make it,
Different culture,
It's just that's all it is. It's just a different culture, and it's happening. It's really real, whether they want to face it or not. We're just bringing it, making fun of the light of it because it's really happening. It's just comedy.
There's something certainly to be said for something that I think Charles Barkley said early in his career. I'm not a role model. Your mama and daddy and your school teacher and your uncle and your grandma and your grandpa, it needs to be the role model. So do you ascribe to that? Is that your feeling? Are you, and if you don't, what kind of role model do you think that the characters here are portraying, if at all, if they are at all?
I would just like to say, first of all, that everything that's done on our series is totally exaggerated. You do not actually see big people walking around with bubble wrap on them. You
I
don't.
had once, I think.
Well, yeah, a couple of times.
You
yeah,
see a
that
whole
was
lot of
that
stuff.
time, But anyway, or you don't actually see people with lashes long enough to be a bang on their head.
Right.
Everything is exaggerated. It's comedy. So, and as a role model, I would say that I portray someone who can make light of whatever situation it is and have fun with it. I mean, things are what they are.
That's right.
As in that some of those folks that are so critical maybe should lighten up a little bit and get a light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
They laugh about anything else. I mean, what's the difference in this? I mean, we get a lot. Well, I don't per se get the negativity to my face. I've heard it, but I get a lot of, I love y'all. I love it what you do. I love it. We love it. So the negativity comes in
And that's from
through
all
people
ages.
who want to be in
Want to
it,
be in it.
now they want to jump on board.
We're going to take a quick break. This is going to be a quick break. Come back because we've got a couple other characters that we need to meet before you guys leave us today. Be back in just a few moments on the Rock Newman Show at Bus Boys and Poets.
Hello, everybody. I'm
Hi, folks. Welcome back. This is Rock Newman Show. Today, Saturday, July the 27th, 2013. We're broadcasting live from Bus Boys and Poets, and we have on set with us here Mike Brooks, comedian and creator of Housewives of Benning Road, and we're about to meet two more characters. Miss B. Johnson plays Keita.
Yes. Good
Hi,
morning,
Keita.
Rock. How are you?
Good morning. Good to meet you. Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
Thank you.
And we heard Darryl Brooks, who plays Mo.
How you doing?
Darryl Bradley.
Darryl Bradley,
Darryl
who
Bradley.
plays Mo.
How you doing, Rock? How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I know a little something about this Mo character.
Oh,
yeah, I could say an inside joke and say it says East Side Mo, Eastgate Mo.
Eastgate Mo.
Eastgate. Tell us about Mo.
Well, Mo is laid back, but Mo his problem is his grandmother. He has to take care of his grandmother. His grandmother's always in everything. She gambles, she steals. She's just off the hook.
House arrest.
Is her name Medea?
Nah. We just
Sound like, yeah.
Yeah, we just call her grandma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So grandma is up into everybody's business, and the grandma done probably had a little bit of a criminal record. She got a little bit of a past.
Yeah, grandma in the halfway house now.
Really?
Yeah, she over the halfway house.
Come home, got to wear an ankle bracelet.
Had to wear ankle
All
bracelet.
that.
Uh-huh.
But she's a good grandma. She cooks Sunday dinner. She go to church. She just, it's in there. It's just mischief.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We got everybody, but you got to love your grandma.
Oh,
Gotta
I love
love
her to
grandma.
death.
Gotta love
Love
grandma.
her to death.
Tell us about Keita.
Keita, her character, my interpretation of her is the one who's gotten out of the hood, but is still hood.
So you can take Keita out of the hood. You can't take the hood out of Keita.
Yes.
So there's a whole lot of hood still in Keita.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yes.
So she live up in Ward 3 or something like that now?
She had moved over to the PG County side.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And, many, many years ago, my mother would look at somebody like that and think they'd have moved and say she thinks she's so such a much.
Absolutely.
She thinks she's so
Absolutely.
such a much.
Yeah.
How's she act?
Yeah. Keita thinks she's doing something, but,
Give us an example about how Keita behaves now.
Okay. Let's see. Well, she actually has her fiance now. Has just gotten out. He's done
Just gotten out of where?
of jail. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's done time.
He's done some time, and she's trying to get him reacclimated to the times.
Right.
And it's going to be
And
interesting.
probably for Keita, that must be an embarrassment because she done moved out there now.
Yeah, but
she's still hood.
She's still hood, but she doesn't realize that.
She ain't gonna let him know that.
She doesn't realize that.
She doesn't realize that she's still hood?
Exactly.
And what makes her still hood?
The things she does. Like, for instance, I think it was episode 5, and she's at a baby shower. She's eating crabs at the baby shower. Crab legs, but, she's claims to be the classy one. So, yeah. That's
one of your acting mates said something earlier about the individual that couldn't probably pay the rent, but they were going out and they were getting their hair did, and they were styling and profiling and had a nice car, but couldn't make the car payment. That's not just in the hood.
No.
That's everywhere.
No.
That doesn't happen just in the hood.
And that's the part that makes it so relatable. Because it's not just in the hood. People from all over. We don't have all of those hits for nothing. People from all over that can relate to the situations.
Mo, any difference in your life from when you started until now? I mean, you've had over 1 million people to see your pretty face.
Yeah, it's 1 million people know me that didn't know me before.
And what kind of reaction do you get?
I get people. My reaction, honestly, is scary because I say people in D.C., wherever, they don't say, well, I know you from the show. They'll look at you.
Right.
So I'm like, I owe this dude some money or something. Instead of saying, yeah, you from the show. I'm like, okay. So, like I said, one lady, she just kept staring at me. I'm like, why she keep looking at me? But I keep forgetting that I'm on the show and people do recognize you.
Right.
But, I mean, all in all, it's good. Even my mother, she calls me. And she's like...
She didn't call before.
No, she didn't call before. By the time she called, she wanted to borrow some money.
Now, has it turned yet into any dollars, or are you just baking that cake?
Not yet, but hopefully when we leave here, somebody will call.
Yeah.
Somebody will call. I mean, right now we still having fun with the show, and we're looking for sponsors or whatever the case may be. Because we'll do commercials. We're looking to do more commercials now in between the segments of the show. Right. So if you want to get on board, hey, contact me.
Come on, Rock.
But like I say, the overall goal is to get it on the network. That's it.
Now, have there been any discussions at all with folks from the network, from the TV, any of the networks yet?
Not yet. Not yet. But I have a feeling that it's happening soon.
Right.
I hope so.
Right. Where do you think is this most popular in DC? You've had over 1 million views. Do you get a calculation in terms of where you are? Is the DC residents and the DMV give you the most views? You get them everywhere?
We get them everywhere now. I mean, people contacting me from North Carolina, Atlanta, L.A., so it's in different places now.
My sister called me the other day. She said, somebody called me from Florida, say they see you on TV. I'm like, Florida? Yeah, so.
Have you, one of the things you might want to do is to think about, given the nature of this show, Steve Harvey, you guys might want to reach out to Steve Harvey. I mean, he has the Hoodie Awards. Right. And, I don't know if he has a category, that the Housewives of Benning Road might fit in. But that just might be something you want to take a look at.
I'm going to holler at you when we leave. Nice.
Okay. Well, this is to be continued. It's really, this is an interesting, I described it as I was marketing you all being on the show today. It's one thing it is, like it or dislike it, it's a phenomenon. It has become popular. There are many, many people that do a whole lot of things, that spend a whole lot of money in corporate America, that wish they could get 100,000 eyeballs on their site, on a weekly basis. Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent, you get that. Thank you for joining us today on the Rock Newman Show, and we'll stay in touch and maybe have you guys back on sometime in the future.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
God bless. We'll be back shortly with Dr. Janetta Harris, DC historian, on the Rock Newman Show.
The Rock Newman Show. It's the Rock Newman Show. Rock Newman Show.